everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some Milwaukee Braves baseball here for you today. We got the Braves traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates, and let's take a look at the starting lineup. We got leading off, playing center field for the Braves, Mac Jones. Batting second, playing seconds, Frank Boland. Batting third, playing thirds, Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth, playing right field is Hank Aaron. Batting sixth, playing left field is Frank Thomas. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Joe Torre. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Roy McMillan. And on the mound, doing the pitching, batting ninth is Warren SPAHN for the Braves. And let's see what kind of lineup he'll be facing today for the Pirates. Leading off, playing center field is Bill Vernon. Batting second, playing left field is Joe Christopher. Batting third, playing right field is Roberto Clemente. Batting fourth, playing first base is Dick Stewart. Batting fifth, playing third base is Don Hoke. Batting sixth and doing the catching is Hal Smith. Batting seventh, playing second base is Bill Mazeroski. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Dick Schofield. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates is Bobby Schultz. Let's get down to the game, folks, and get this one started here. And here's the pitch to Mr. Jones. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Mazeroski at second. Easy play for Bill. One down. That brings up Frank Boland now. See what he can do. He's hitting 294 on the year. And that's going to be that's going to be ball 1-0 count on him. And another ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And he grounds that ball down the short. Schofield up with it. 2 up and 2 down for the Braves. Brings up Mr. Eddie Matthews. Eddie's hitting 300 on the year here, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. 3 ground balls, 3 outs. Go the Braves. We go to the bottom of the first. Braves nothing. Pirates coming up. Vernon, Christopher, and Clemente do up here. Bottom of the first. Here's Vernon. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Jones has got that for out number 1. Brings up Joe Christopher now. And we just dropped the dice. Oh, darn. And Christopher is batting 261 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Spawn's first strikeout of the game. Hey, Tim. And that brings up Clemente. And Clemente's hitting 349, leading the National League in batting. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field, or no, base hit in the center field. So Clemente's aboard here with 2 outs. That brings up Dick Stewart. Stewart's hitting 264 on the year. Not bad. 284 rather. Sorry about that. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Stewart. And that's a ground ball down to Matthews. He'll fire over to first for out number 3. So the Pirates leave Clemente aboard. We go to the top of the second. It's still 0-0. We got Aaron, Adcock, and Thomas due up here in the second against Schultz. Here's the pitch to Hank. Hank's hitting 318 on the year. And that ball is deep. That ball is back. That ball is going down the right field line. Home run, Henry Aaron, folks. That's Henry's 19th of the season. And the Braves take a 1-0 lead. Brings up Joe Adcock now. Joe's hitting 275 on the year. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Smith takes the mask off, makes an easy play. One down. Brings up Frank Thomas now. Frank's only hitting 236 on the year. But that'll be a base hit in the left field. So Frank's aboard with one out now for Joe Torrey. See if Joe can do something here. The runner down at first and one out. Joe's hitting 247 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike three. Two down now. It's up to Roy McMillan to keep this inning going. Here's the pitch to Mac. Mac's hitting 213 on the year. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Mac. Can he take advantage of this batter's count? No, he can't. It's a ground ball down to Mazeroski. He'll go to short way to second. That'll end the inning. But the Braves take a 1-0 lead here, folks. As Hank Aaron hit a home run, we go to the bottom of the second. Hoke, Smith, and Mazeroski do up here for the Pirates. Here's the pitch to Don. And he gets a hold of this one off of WAREN. And that ball's hit in the gap in right field. Aaron goes over and gets it as it bounces off the wall. And Hoke standing down at second with a leadoff double. Mr. Smith coming to Pittsburgh instead of Washington. And he is batting a cool 200 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Now it's a pop-up down the short. And that'll be out number one. Hoke stays put. Brings up Mazeroski now. Maz is hitting 217 on the year, off to a slow start. But he's got a hold of this one. And that ball is driven into the gap in left center. Frank Thomas comes over and gets it. But that'll tie the ball game up, folks. It's now 1 apiece. That brings up Schofield. See what Dick Schofield can do here. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Frank Boland's going to call for it. That's 2 outs. Brings up Bobby Schultz. Bobby's hitting 556 on the year, folks. He is no slouch. Warren better be careful with him. And he is. That's a swing and a miss, strike three. But the Pirates score 1 on the Mazeroski's double and tie this game up. We go to the top of the third. We got SPAHN, Jones, and Boland due up here. Warren's not doing bad this year himself. He's hitting 212. Let's see if he can help his own cause. No, that's a swing and a miss, strike three. SPAHN goes down on strikes. Brings up Mac the knife. And he's 0 for 1, grounded out to second his first time up. But that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Nice piece of hitting by Jones. He's aboard now with 1 out. See if Frank Boland at the least can get him in scoring position for Eddie. And he'll do more than that, folks. That's a single in the right field. And Mac will get down the third. So we got first and third and only 1 out here for Eddie. Let's see if Matthews can get it the go-ahead run in here with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Matthews. And that is going to be a they're calling for a double steal. We're not doing no double steal. So that's 1 strike on Matthews. And that's a swing and a miss, strike three. Eddie goes down swinging. 2 down now. Take a 2-out base hit by Mr. Aaron. He's 1 for 1 with the home run, folks. And that ball is hit the deep right field, but Clemente's got room out there this time, folks, near the wall, makes the catch. And the Braves strand too as we go to the bottom of the third. We got the top of the order due up here for the Pirates. Verndon, Christopher, and Clemente. Here's the pitch to Bill Verndon. He is 0 for 1. He flew out to center his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up in the infield. And Mac's going to take charge near the mound, makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Joe Christopher. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Frank Boland. Frank throws over to Joe Adcock, 2 down. And here's Clemente up now. Roberto's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. And he's going to get another base hit, folks. Goes the opposite way, drives that ball into right field. Hanks up with it, fires it in. So with 2 outs, Dick Stewart's up with a runner down at first. Here's the pitch to Stewart. Grounded out the third his first time up. That's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. And Joe Torres has got it for the 3rd out. So the Pirates leave Clemente down at first. We go to the top of the 4th. Still knotted up 1 apiece. Adcock, Thomas, and Torrey. See if they can make some noise here against Schultz. Joe is 0 for 1. He popped up to the catcher's first time up. And he says if it works once, it'll work twice. 2 pop-ups behind home plate. 1 out. And here's Frank Thomas now. He's 1 for 1 with a single his first time up. And that's going. That ball is back. Home run, Frank Thomas. And the Braves take a 2-1 lead here, folks. That is Frank's 13th home run of the season. With nobody on and 1 out. And Joe gets a hold of this one. All of a sudden, Bobby's getting in a little of a mess. Yeah, exactly. The original Big Hurt. You got it, Tim. And Joe drives that ball into left field. It's rolling around out there in the ivy. And he's going to have himself a triple, folks. Joe Torre putting on the speed. Ends up down at third underneath the throw. And that brings up McMillan now with 1 out. And Joe down there. Can Mac get an RBI here and put the Braves up 3-1? He is 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice. And Pirates will play the infield back. It's early yet. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And that'll score the run. Joe will come home. That'll make it a 3-2 ball game, folks. That brings up Warren SPAHN. Here comes Mr. SPAHN. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And he's going to strike out again, folks. That ends the inning. But the Braves score 2 and take a 3-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Hoke, Smith, and Mazeroski due up here for the Pirates. And here's the pitch to Don. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. And that ball is grounded down the second, bowling over to Adcock. Round number 1, here's Hal Smith. Smith's 0 for 1. He popped up the short his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. Near the line, he plants and throws. And with the catcher speed, easy out. And here comes Mazeroski. He's 1 for 1 with that RBI double. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 1, 2, 3 goes the Pirates. We go to the top of the 5th. And it's the top of the lineup due up here for the Braves. Jones, Boland, and Matthews. Mac is 1 for 2. He grounded out to second and singled his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out here in the 5th. Frank bowling now. Frank singled his last time up. Let's see if he can do it again, folks. No, that's a ground ball down the Hoke at 3rd. Over to Stewart for out number 2. Excuse me. And here's Eddie. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out the 1st and struck out. But he laces that ball in the left field, gets a base hit, gets a board here for Hank. 2 outs. Aaron up now. See if he can make some noise here in the 5th inning and increase his lead. He's already homered once today. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Aaron. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. No, he can't. That is going to be popped up in the infield. Oh, not popped up. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Schultz has got the Y factor. So Aaron goes down swinging. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Braves 3, the Pirates 1. Schofield, Schultz, and then back to the top of the order in Vernon. And Schofield is 0 for 1. He popped up to second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. Easy play for Eddie. 1 out. Here's Bobby Schultz hitting over 500 on the year, folks. Right at 500 now. And he's going to keep this up, folks. That's a base hit in the right field. Aaron comes in, grabs it, holds him to a single, but Schultz is aboard because we don't need no stinking DH. So 1 out, man down at first for Vernon. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to center and popped up to short. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down here in the 5th. Brings up Joe Christopher now. And Joe is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out to second. And that's going to be a base hit, folks, in the right field, right over the bag. Aaron comes over, cuts it off, holds him to a single. But Schultz is going to get down to 3rd. So we got 1st and 3rd now with 2 outs, and Clemente due up. And Christopher's off on the 2-0 pitch. That's a called strike. Can Christopher make it down to second safely? And he does, folks. So now we got 2nd and 3rd on a 2-1 pitch to Clemente. And he is 2 for 2 today, folks. And Stewart's due up next. And SPAHN, I think we're going to intentionally walk him now with a 2-1 pitch. And first base open. So Clemente gets the free pass. Now to bring up Dick Stewart now. Bases loaded. For Stewart, he's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to 3rd and popped up to Joe. Here's the pitch to Dick. And that is a ground ball down the short. He'll go the short way over to second. So walking Clemente pays off. And the Braves get out of the bases loaded with no run scoring, folks. We go to the top of the 6th. It's still 3-1 Braves. We got Adcock, Thomas, and Torrey due up. Joe is 0 for 2. He's popped up to the catcher twice. Let's see if he can break that streak. And he does, but that's a fly ball in the left field. And that'll be out number 1. Brings up Frank Thomas, who homered and gave the Braves a 2-1 lead here, folks. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that's a fly ball in the right field, but Clemente's got room out there, makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down. Brings up Joe Torre. See if he can get aboard here with a 2-out base hit. He's 1 for 2 with a triple. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Christopher's got it. And that is out number 3, folks. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We got Houck, Smith, and Mazeroski due up here for the Pirates. Let's see what Houck does. He is 1 for 2 with a double and scored. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. And Matthews bobbles this ball, folks. That's an E5. And normally the great fielding Matthews makes an error. Gets the lead runner on. In a 3-1 game for Hal Smith. Hopefully they can get a ground ball and get a double play here with the catcher's speed. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That is, I believe, the 4th K by Spahn. 1 down now for Mazeroski. He's doubled and got an RBI today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, I believe, also. Nope, that's just a regular old pop-up on the infield. And Roy's going to take it down at short for out number 2. Brings up Schofield now. Can he keep this inning alive for Pittsburgh? He's 0 for 2 today. And no, he can't because he pops up to the catcher. And that'll be out number 3. And the Braves go to the top of the 7th, leading 3-1, folks. We got McMillan, Spahn, and Jones due up here in the 7th. Max 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss by Mac. That'll be the first out of the 7th. Comes Warren Spahn now. He's 0 for 2, struck out both times. And that is going to be a ground ball down the first. That gets by Stewart. That'll be an E3. Spahn's aboard here with 1 out in the 7th for Jones. Jones is 1 for 3 today. Let's see if he can get Spahn at least in the scoring position here for the top of the order. That's going to be our ground ball down the 3rd. See if they turn 2 on this. That is over the 2nd. They won't be able to turn 2 as Jones' speed, he gets down the 1st safe. So Frank Boland's up now with 1 out. Jones down at 2 outs, rather. Jones down at 3rd. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And with Jones's speed, he'll end up down at 3rd with 2 outs now for Eddie. Can Eddie give the Braves a little insurance here? 2-run game. Matthew is 1 for 3. No, he can't, folks. That's a swing and a miss. That's the 2nd time Matthews has struck out. And that'll strand 2 as we go to the 7th inning stretch. We got Schultz due up, then Vernon and Christopher. So we'll have a pitch hitter here for Schultz. See who's going to come out here and pitch hit. We might bring out Dick Grote. Let's bring out Dick Grote to pitch hit here. I don't want the pitchers. I want to pitch hit for him. There's Grote. So what's going on here? Yeah, Mr. Grote. Here's the pitch to Dick Grote. He's hitting .216 on the year, folks. And that's going to be a Ground ball down to Joe Adcox. He calls off SPAHN. He'll step on the bag himself for out number 1 here in the 7th. Brings up Bill Vernon now. And Bill is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Bill. He'll be 0 for 4 because that's an easy ground ball for Matthews. And that is a quick 2 outs here in the 7th. That brings up Joe Christopher now. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Christopher's aboard here. Brings up Clemente with 2 outs. Clemente's 2 for 2 with a walk today. A runner down at first. One swing and a bat here, and this game could be tied, folks. Here's the pitch to Clemente. And they finally get him out, folks. That is going to be a ground ball down to Frank at second. He'll go over to second base the short way for out number 3. We go to the top of the 8th. The Pirates will need a new pitcher here. See who they're going to bring in. They got Aaron, Adcox, and Thomas. All 3 righties due up. And Hal McBean's going to come in here and pitch in the top of the 8th. Like I say, he'll be facing Aaron, Adcock, and Thomas. Hank's already homered today. Let's see what else he can do here. That's going to be another fly ball in the right field. Clemente takes a few steps back, makes the catch. We're out number 1. Brings up Joe Adcox now. See if Joe can get something going here in the 8th. He is 0 for 3. He's due, but that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Adcock goes down swinging. And it's up to Frank Thomas to keep this 8th inning alive. He's having a heck of a game, folks. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. Sorry, that's not a foul ball. Old Beans got the W factor. That's a base on balls. They don't want nothing to do with Frank. Frank takes a walk down the first, brings up Joe Torre. See if they can do something here with this 2-out walk. Joe 1 for 3 with that triple, and that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Maz has got it. He'll fire over to second for the out, and that'll do it, folks. Braves leave Frank down at first, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. We got Stewart, Houck, and Smith due up here against SPAHN. And Dick is 0 for 3. But not anymore, folks, because that ball is deep. That ball is far. That ball is high. Home run, Dick Stewart. And it's a 1-run ball game, folks, here in the 8th. And Braves will get the bullpen up now. Here comes Don Houck. He is 1 for 3 with a double and scored. And that's a ground ball down to Matthews at third. Over to Adcock for 1 out. Brings up Hal Smith now. Here's the pitch to Hal. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mac the Knife's out there. Takes a few steps in, makes the catch. For out number 2. Here's Mazeroski. He is 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And that's another fly ball in the center field. This time, Jones goes back a few steps, makes the catch. And we go to the top of the 9th, but the Pirates had 1 on the Stewart home run. And it's a 3-2 ball game. We got McMillan, probably a pitch hitter for SPAHN, and then Jones. See if Mac can get on board here against Bean. He's 0 for 3 with an RBI. And that's a fly ball in the right field. Clemente near the line makes the catch. And that is 1 out. Pitch hitter here for SPAHN. See who's going to come out here and pitch hit. It might be Lee May. I think that's who it's going to be. We'll have Lee May come out and pitch hit. Excuse me. There's Lee. Alrighty, 1 out, nobody on here for May. May's hitting .254 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to second. And Maz is up with it. Fires over to Stewart for out number 2. And it's up to Jones to keep this 9th inning alive and give the Braves some insurance here. Jones is having a good game. He's 1 for 4. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So we'll be going to the bottom of the 9th. Don will come in here and try to get, I think, his 21st save. We'll look it up here. I think it's his 21st save. It's either his 21st or 22nd. Take a look here, Don. Yeah, going for his 21st save of the year. I thought so. All righty, he'll be facing Schofield, a pitch hitter for Beam, and then Vernon. So here is Schofield. He is 0 for 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Joe Adcock, that's that ball play him, and that's an E3, folks. So the Tyne runs aboard here on the air. And who are they going to have pitch hit here? And it looks like it's going to be Bob Skinner's going to come out here and pitch hit. There's Bob. So nobody out, a runner down at first on the E3. And Skinner's hitting .284 on the year, folks. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's a pop-up behind home plate. No, it's not. Sorry about that. Don's got the W factor. He just walked Skinner, folks. So all of a sudden, he's got himself in a mess here with the error by Adcock. Now the base on balls, first and second, nobody out. The tying run down at second to go ahead and winning run at first. Here's the pitch to Bill Vernon. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. I don't think that's going to be deep enough to get Schofield over. No, as Frank comes in a few steps. All important first out now. Can they get Christopher to ground into a double play and get out of this mess? Christopher is 2 for 4, having a good game with a stolen base. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. It's pretty deep, but not deep enough, as they're not going to test the arm of Jones with 1 out. So here we go. 2 outs now, first and second. Not who you want to see up here if you're a Braves fan. Here's Clemente. He's 2 for 3 today. He's also walked See if they can get out of this. No, they can't. Clemente gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is hit into the gap in left field. And that'll clear the bases, folks. And a walk-off double by Clemente. And this game is over, folks. So that base on balls in the air comes back to bite the Braves in the butt, and they lose this game 4-3 on a walk-off double by Roberto Clemente. Heartbreaking loss. Sure, Warren SPAHN in the dugout is not happy with that. Sure. And poor Joe Adcox is kicking himself with that error. Should have been out of the inning. Game should have been over. Let's look at the box score here. The Braves 3 runs on 8 hits and 2 big errors. The Pirates 4 runs on 9 hits and an error. The Braves waste a good game by Hank Aaron. He was 1 for 4 with a home run. Joe Torres with a triple. Frank Thomas with a home run. Braves left 7 men on base. And the man of the hour is Roberto Clemente. 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a walk, folks. Sure. And the big error by Joe Adcock. Warren SPAHN goes 8 innings, gives up 8 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 4, gave up the home run. Don comes in, pitches 2/3 of an inning, gives up a hit, 2 unearned runs, and a walk. And Schultz pitches a good game, gets no decision, 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, struck out 8, gave up 2 home runs, and McBean comes in, pitches 2 innings, and gets the win. Walked 1 and struck out 2. Let's go to some fast play here. And we got the Giants traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Reds. See what happens up here in Ohio. And the Reds win easy. The Giants 1 run on 4 hits and an error. The Reds 6 runs on 12 hits and an error. We got the Cubbies traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Phils. And the Cubbies shut out the Phillies. 4 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Phillies no runs on 7 hits and no errors. And the last game here on July 22nd is the Dodgers and the Cardinals. See what happens out in St. Louis. And the Dodgers lose. Dodgers 4 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Cardinals 8 runs on 11 hits and no errors. Take a look here at the standings before we go. And the Braves still got a 2-game lead over the Giants. The Reds are making a run here. Now they're 6.5 games back alone in third all by themselves. The Cardinals are 7 games back. Dodgers are 11.5. The Cubbies 12. Pittsburgh Pirates are now 14.5 games back. And the Phils are 26.5 games back. I want to thank Cleveland Baseball Fan 879. Old Tim for stopping by. Check out his channel, folks. He's doing the 2007 playoffs now. He just did the Rockies game. I don't know what game he's got coming up next and when it is. I assume it'll be over in the American League division. And if you're new to my channel, folks, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for a reminder. And on your way out of Pittsburgh, hit that like button and leave a comment about this game and this replay. Until then, you all have a great day and take care.